Today I'm going to be sharing how I created this painting. I felt like doing something a little bit different with some nice bright colors. So I'm starting off by creating a rainbow colored background with acrylic paints. I'll mention the colors as I go, but I will also list all of them along with all the other supplies in the description box too, so you'll be able to find all the details there. This is Violet by Artist's Loft, and most of the colors that I'll be using today are Artist Loft paints. So unless I mention otherwise, the paint will be an Artist Loft paint. This is Light Violet. I'm just blending the colors together a bit. Phthalo blue, light blue, aqua green, emerald green, brilliant yellow, This is Vermilion by Amsterdam, and I would have used Orange by Artist Loft, I just didn't have any, which is why I'm using this one. And Brilliant Red. As you're applying the paints, if it seems like the paint is drying too quickly and you don't have enough time to work with it and to blend it, you can always just spritz the canvas with a little bit of water every now and again to help keep the paint sort of damp and prevent it from drying too quickly. Also, just using a good amount of paint helps sort of prevent the drying too quickly problem. So I've given the painting quite a while to dry, a few weeks, and I'll tell you more about that in a bit. And now we're ready to use the stencil, which I've attached to the canvas using painter's tape. This is Titanium White by Amsterdam that I'm going to apply using a 4-inch high density foam roller that I bought at Home Depot. I also bought this little container at Home Depot. I'm just trying to soak up a lot of the paint so that it's kind of quite dry on the roller, which will help prevent the paint from getting underneath the stencil so that we get a nice, neat, clean finish. Okay, here we go. So back to what I mentioned earlier, I like the background for my paintings to be very dry before I embellish them. And by very dry, I mean like having had about 3 to 4 weeks to dry. That way, if I need to kind of fix any mistakes as I'm applying a stencil or embellishing it in some other way, I can easily wipe off any mistakes off the canvas using a damp cloth or a wet paintbrush and not have to worry about the background paint also coming off. Alright, let's see how that turned out. And I actually made a second one to complement the first one. So they look pretty good, although there are a few places that need a bit of cleaning up to make it look a bit neater. Some ways to do that include dipping a thin, firm paintbrush into water and then removing any excess water from it so that the paintbrush is wet but not dripping. And then using that paintbrush to gently remove paint that may have gone, wherever it wasn't supposed to go. Or you can use it just to make lines look a little crisper and neater in places where the paint may have gotten slightly underneath the stencil. And for very fine adjustments, you can do the same thing just using a toothpick. So I'll dip the toothpick in water, kind of wipe that water off, and then just kind of gently use that toothpick to remove any unwanted paint. So here's a quick close-up of the final result. So I love how bright and colourful they are. I really love these lady stencils. I think they're so pretty as well. I'd love to know what you think, so please let me know in the comments. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.